Welcome to Pathways to Success at PGCC. And now here's your host, Professor G.
Greetings, everybody. I'm Professor G. Mark Gray, and welcome to another episode of Pathways to Success at Prince George's Community College, where we talk about choosing a pathway at PGCC to achieve academic, employment, and life goals. So this is the spot where we talk to alums, students, and professors about their journey down a specific pathway to personal and professional success. And let's just call the room today the G spot, because you've got me, Professor G, and I'm joined by Dr. Darren Gibson, who wears so many hats around here. They're too numerous to mention, but he certainly is a part of a group that is sort of bridging the community with the college through business and entrepreneurship programs. And Dr. G, appreciate the joining us here on our G Spot.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
Well, I want to get right into it because this is a generation that is defined by wanting to secure the bag. Everybody wants to be paid. Business and finances are a critical component to that. Can you talk about what kind of innovative steps are going on in the business and technology curriculum that is really putting our students in a position these days to come right out of college and secure that proverbial bag?
Absolutely. So if the truth be told, we're in a space right now where society is constantly evolving, right? We've got businesses that are involving technology, and those technologies are taking us to new levels. So when it comes to studying a business program, we have to allow the two to overlap. They've got to be able to exist in the same space. When you see the largest chart-topping businesses right now and what they're doing and the amount of money that they're earning, they're taking that business knowledge and marrying it with technology. So just to use an example, nowadays everybody knows what Uber is. 10 years ago, we didn't know what Uber was. If I landed at Reagan National Airport, I would have to stand there in the line to get a cab. But now I have the ability to be able to look on my phone, schedule my car before I get off of the plane, and the technology allows for you to be able to share that information with anybody in your network so that they know where you are. So gone are the days of the cab ride, and now you've taken that essential thing of getting a ride from point A to point B and spun it on its head. We innovated it. So that's what's happening in the business space. And here at PGCC, we're positioning ourselves to align the same way. We want to be able to provide those opportunities to our students.
Interesting that you bring that up, because as the college expands and as, new technology, even in the building that we're in, becomes the norm rather than the exception these days. In business, though, the marriage of technology and entrepreneurship really seems to have taken it to another level. And I know that's one of the things that you're encompassing. So can you talk about that marriage in the context of business growth, development, and entrepreneurship?
Absolutely. So the short version of the story is nowadays we live in a gig economy. So everyone has an interest of, yes, I may even have a full-time job, but I'm out here trying to get this side money because I know that my quote-unquote employer, this may not be something I want to do for the rest of my life. So I'm starting things that might just be extra money. It might be a passion. It might be a community-based project that pays a little bit of money on the side. But whatever that is, you've got to look at opportunities to determine how you're going to take that business idea and marry technology with it. You saw that about 10 years ago with the true advent and launch of apps. Everybody that had a website was great, right? But now people do everything on their phone. We've got folks that literally run their whole life from their cell phone, me included. I can essentially get on the internet, do my banking, do all of my studies right there from my phone. So with that, companies started to create applications, apps, for you to be able to manage your business. the style of business and doing work in a business and entrepreneurial space, you've got to be on top of that technology. You've got to be able to move the pendulum forward and make it easy and convenient to get to your consumers. And you can't just do that by going and knocking on doors. You've got to be able to determine how you're going to take what's happening out there in the tech space and make that work for your business. And if you don't, you're going to be left behind. And the way society is moving now, you got to at least, if not stay on par, try to stay one step ahead so that you can be able to propel forward in your profession, whatever that may be.
So with that being said, my question would be, as an incoming freshman student at Prince George's Community College, and I'm interested in entrepreneurship and business, what are the first steps that I need to take?
Well, the first thing I would suggest for any incoming student to do would be to go and meet with our pathway advisors. So here at the college, we have embedded pathway advisors that are designated specifically to the business and entrepreneurship department. They know our programs backwards and forwards, as well as they know the industry data surrounding our programs. What will happen when you graduate? What does the market look like when you graduate? What does the job opportunity market look like when you graduate? What type of income distinctions or bands and or areas, what does that look like in regards to where would I be if I got this degree and went into this industry in an entry-level job? What does that look like? And once you get that information, that'll determine essentially what direction you want to go within the business and entrepreneurship department. So we have 5 academic programs just from a degree level alone. You've got areas in accounting, which accountants, if you know anything about them, they make good money, right?
Yes.
The person that manages the money and tells you what to do, how to do it, and where to spend it, they're the ones that make the money, right? The large companies, they all have someone that has to, quote, manage their books and be able to tell you what money is going where, because most CEOs, they don't have the ability to be able to run their finances as well as run their companies. They have to be segregated. So we have areas of accounting here within the business department. We have an economics degree. If you know anything about the economy and what's happening, if you know what's happening on the global stage as well as locally, that allows you to help navigate better in the business space. We also have a small business management degree. So if you're interested in, I don't know nothing about business, but I decide I want to open up a cupcake shop, not only can we give you the foundational framework to do that, that allows you now to be able to take that degree and move out into other areas. You can have that business on the side and still move into corporate America. We also have marketing management here within the department. We have a marketing degree, branding, marketing, advertising, digital media, social media. All of those things are encompassed in that program. And nowadays, you can't do anything without running into social media.
And analytics, too.
And data analytics, absolutely.
Because I'm a sports guy, all right, by trade. That's what I do. Baseball in particular has become analytically driven in terms of drafting prospects and things like that. Football uses a lot of analytics. Heck, you got GPS and shoulder pads these days that are gauging how fast a guy is running. Talk about analytics and how it plays into the curriculum around here.
So one of the things that we have been tossing around here at the college, we were looking at opportunities to bring in what we call esports and sports management to the college, right? If you know anything about esports, you've seen the commercials on TV with Kevin Hart and this new MGM betting system that they have kind of launched out into the world. And you see all the marketing and branding that has happened behind it. All of that is analytical based. All of that is around data and crunching numbers. And so we have now just started to kind of say, wow, this is an area that is growing and we are behind the 8 ball. So we need to move into developing programs that are going to address that.
And it's funny that you bring that up, especially when you start talking about minority business candidates. I mean, bridging the gap between what you know about analytics and what you don't know about analytics is really a critical component, as I understand it as a layperson, to beginning your pathway to success. Can you talk about how important it is for minorities to get involved in that analytical game?
So the short version of the story is, in my view, in order to be successful in any merit of life, you have to understand, A, the facts, and B, the data. The two are, they play on each other. You can have factual information in one area, but if you don't know what that, equates to in numbers and metric and be able to determine how to measure a certain thing, you're literally operating with a small portion of what you need to be successful. So when it comes to data analytics, the to marry your passion with the actual numbers, the data, is extremely important. We are in the space right now here at PGCC where we're now starting to drive in those areas. We're now launching and looking at opportunities to be able to take what's happening out there in the world, quote unquote, crunch the numbers and make it make sense to folks. And that's what data analytics is. It is essentially taking what is happening in a particular industry, crunching those numbers, and telling a story around what the numbers tell you.
Is there a premium on that particular skill set in business and entrepreneurship these days?
So, believe it or not, I was never the best person in math, right? I'll be the first person to tell you that, I was a C student at best in advanced math. But for those that have the ability to crunch numbers, they will always do well. There is always a lane for that. There's a lane in accounting. There's a lane in economics. There's a lane in finance. Those are the people that drive, essentially, the car in our economy because they manage the money. And it's all about the money. As my son says, run me my money. Run me my money. It's all about the money, right? And so if you don't have the folks that have the ability to be able to look at those numbers and tell you you're either doing good or you're either doing bad, you are in trouble. Even if you run a small business, I don't care if it's a t-shirt shop. If you don't know when you're in the black or when you're in the red, meaning you're making a profit or you're operating at a deficit, you are in trouble. So it's extremely important to understand what I call metrics. Set a goal, make it measurable. When you get those numbers, look at it and let it tell a story about how the business is doing.
Since you are somewhat of the business ambassador of the college, your outreach programs are going well beyond just the college students these days. You're embracing the community right now and bringing them into the campus. Can you talk briefly about some of those pre-college entrepreneurship programs that are really innovating the game around here?
Yeah, so believe it or not, if you are a person that don't have the time to come and do a traditional degree, we have all types of programs here at the college that could assist you with working through a business aspect. Within the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, that whole center is community-based. So we go out into the community and we talk to folks about what they're doing, what they would like to do. If they are working in a business space and they want to grow that business, they can come here. We've got world-renowned faculty here. In our business department, we've got more MBAs and PhDs than a little bit, right? So we have the ability to be able to help those folks. Same with those that may be struggling financially. Within the center, we have the Financial Empowerment Center, and the Financial Empowerment Center offers financial coaching. If you're interested in buying a home, they can work with you on a savings plan, working with you on getting your credit corrected and all the things that you need to do in that space. Heath Kerlock, who is our program director for the Financial Empowerment Center, physically goes out into the communities. You will see him in libraries and at various different events around the county so that to let people know that we have this service here at the college, and all of those services are free. There are all community-based programs that are sponsored by PGCC. It's a great way to be able to learn about business. We'll give you more of an overview. It's more of an overarching overview. We partnered with Employ Prince George's, and they do some funding for us, and we offer classes at their office locations so that anybody can come. Any resident of the county has the ability to be able to take advantage of those services.
You're doing it big, my brother. Appreciate the work.
I just try to show up and do my job, and that's all I can do.
The community as well.
Absolutely. I think that, I live here. I live in the county. My kids go to school here. And so for that, I want to make sure that I'm doing my part, my little part, to give back and make sure that we as a community can thrive.
Well, each one teach one, and you're out in front of that, for sure.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
Dr. Darren Gibson, we want to thank you much for joining us and spreading the knowledge here. Don't forget, it's the Business and Entrepreneurship Department at Prince George's Community College that is set and in place right now to help the future generation of business entrepreneurs in our county to secure that bag. I'm Professor G. Mark Gray. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Pathways to Success at PGCC. And remember, the best kept secret in the county is right next door. So won't you come over to campus and check us out.
Thank you for watching Pathways to Success at PGCC. For more information about Pathways at the College, visit our website at www.pgcc.edu.